Dude, that was the radio. Hopefully they don't give me no. Oh, I'm live anyway. But anyway, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all, bro. To my folks, you feel me? Let me get it cracking up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, I just wanted to come in here, talk to y'all real quick. The thing is, when I'm sitting here thinking and when I'm trying to figure out is on some real shit, bro. Why they ain't telling motherfuckers it's the end of the world, G? Like, I understand why they ain't telling the motherfuckers because they don't want people to panic. But at the same time, bro, I don't see how everybody is not seeing this shit. Like, on some real shit. Now, I ain't trying to, like I always tell y'all, I ain't trying to scare no motherfucker, bro. Always been on here. I remember this one video that I had recorded and shit, and I was on here. This was years ago. I'll be going back watching myself and shit. I remember this one video that I recorded. I was on here. I was going off, and I was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I used to be, I don't know if it used to be like, just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I used to be getting used, you know what I'm saying? I had backed up from that shit. Like, this some real shit. Real shit. Like, I used to be getting used, bro. And now when you see all these things coming forth and it's happening, bro, I'm just sitting back like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's literally the end. You know, people ain't gonna see that because they expect other things. They expect manly things, you know what I'm saying? But look at the weather. Pay attention to the weather. Like, you ask yourself, if this is not the Most High moving, and the Bible was written in so many parables that I hate that a lot of us ain't gonna get it, bro. But if this is not the Most High moving, and we ain't even gotta put the Bible in it, bro, just off of just what we see, then why all the time the weather keep getting worse, y'all? Ask yourself this: do you think that this is by accident? The whole time the weather keep, excuse my faces, I gotta get a haircut, all that shit. But ask yourself, like, do you think that this is by accident, bro? The whole time that the weather keep getting worse, the war and shit, like wars and shit getting worse. Like, even the mind of man, like the shit that we seeing with the mind of man, bro. Things keep getting worse, bro. And people ain't seeing that shit. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, like, people ain't seeing, how shit keep getting worse. They're not seeing that shit. And now, just out of nowhere, they talking about another volcano. I mean, earthquake could go off in Canada, bro. I mean, being a volcano or some crazy shit, like, bro. The thing is, what I ain't understanding is how everybody ain't seeing all the natural disasters. It's a big earthquakes coming, y'all. Some big earthquakes coming soon. Soon. This shit gonna be crazy because this is the end. This is literally the end, bro. And a lot of people ain't gonna see this shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of motherfuckers think this what people think, right? They think just because things ain't happening now, we got a lot of more time. We pass way past time than motherfucker think. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these big ass earthquakes, 8.8, 7 point, all that shit, them big ass, that's not natural to happen all within like 1 month. So when you look at, some people don't know this. Earthquakes happen. That shit natural. True enough, it happens. But when you see the magnitude of these motherfuckers that's happening now, and then it's over and over again, when you look around, all these volcanoes going off. And like I try to tell motherfuckers, we only live on fucking 29% of the earth. You know what I'm saying? The land is, we only got like 29% land. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't understanding me when I say that shit. Like, bro, if you see all these, if you literally look around, you see all the volcanoes going off. Volcanoes is going off in the oceans, guaranteed. They're not telling us, but there's volcanoes going off in these oceans, literally. They ain't telling us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then these loud booms finna come. How the fuck y'all think they know about the loud booms and shit that I've been talking about for all these years, bro? The loud booms, the trumpets come, the loud trumpet noise that's gonna be sounding in the air and shit. Bro, that's destruction coming. They know that. They just announced this shit about people finna start hearing loud booms in the sky and shit, all types. Some shit that they was trying to say, like, they always come up with an excuse, bro. But we've been talking about this shit for years. I'm trying to tell y'all. And then it was times where I was talking about like all the information that I have now. See, with all these books, bro. All this information I have now. Bro, I did not have this shit then. I was speaking out of my mind. Like, I was just, this is what I'm trying to tell motherfuckers. Like, bro, this shit is real. Like, it's just like now I got shit to back it up. Like, everything I say, I can back up everything I say. Like, I got real proof with the shit. But before that, years before, when I should just be sitting in my car talking and shit, when I should just be seeing the sky, seeing the sun and shit, I knew right then and there, brother, there was something going on. And this was when, way before I even, this was around the Rap the News time. So this was around when I wasn't even reading, I wasn't doing shit. I was listening to Rap the News and shit. Like, I'm trying to figure out if Rap the News, I don't know if y'all know who that is, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to figure out if Buddy is crazy. I'm like, this motherfucking Rap the News crazy. But then, bro, I'm telling y'all, I recorded this shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, some people don't even get the chance to even record the shit, bro. I literally seen this shit and recorded it. Like, everything he was saying, he kept on saying it. So every day I'd be listening to him. I'd be riding around listening to him. And he lived in California, but I lived here in the Midwest in Wisconsin. So he'd be talking like, you motherfuckers ain't go see. He like, your destruction is coming and shit like that. He should be going off, bro. Going off. He should be like, hell is in the sky. It's coming, all this and that. I'm thinking this motherfucker crazy, right? So one night, shit, I lived up, way up on, going west in Milwaukee on Silver Spring. I lived up that way. My apartment was facing this way towards like the west, you know what I'm saying? Because this the west where the sun going down, and then this the east where the sun coming up. So my apartment facing, I had like a condo type of apartment facing like the west. So I was running out the house. I'll never forget this shit. The house was like on the hill. It had some sliding doors that you could just slide open and just, you ain't gotta use the door and shit. So I had slid the door open and shit, and I was running down the hill. I was going somewhere. I don't know where the fuck. Oh, I think I was taking some garbage out or something. Motherfucker, I look, it's a big ass, big, huge, like, you couldn't really make it out, but the sun had been long gone. It's 11 o'clock at night, like 11 o'clock at night. Get my right hand, this on every, I recorded it. I got this, I put this shit on YouTube, this shit. It's way before TikTok even existed. I don't even think TikTok was out then, or it had just came out. Oh God, I recorded it. I'm like, oh, that's all the proof. I seen it with my own eyes. With my own eyes. And that right there led me into doing the research that I did, bro. Like, all these books, bro, this shit, Planet X, The Arrival, motherfucking Planet X, fucking, you see how this shit look? This shit falling apart. Planet X, Earth Changes, motherfucking Planet X, The Cobra, motherfucking Planet X, Survival, nigga. I got every fucking Planet X you can have in this bitch, bro. Like, literally. Nigga, I was buying every fucking thing. I was buying all that shit. And at the same time of me buying that, oh shit. At the same time of me buying that shit, right? I'm getting all the fucking Bibles, bro. At the same time. Planet X, the Nibiru system, all that shit, right? So this way before I even had these books, I get my right hand to God, bro. This is way before I even had these books. I had to buy the Cobra Bible. I don't know if y'all know what that shit is, bro. You see, I got every Bible in this motherfucker. I got fucking any NIV, 1611, King James. Another one, motherfucker, the fucking, this shit done fell apart, bro. I'm telling you, I've been doing so much study with this shit. This is the Apocrypha. That bitch is all in 10 different types of pieces. 1 million probably. Pages falling from everywhere. Bro, when I tell y'all, I be in this house just reading this shit and looking, and everything that I done, so far, all the research, bro, that I done read, I can read you this shit. I can literally, because, you know, I don't be on YouTube with this shit. I don't come on, I'm literally on TikTok, because it's more, I don't know, something about TikTok. You can reach out to motherfuckers all around the world, even though you can do that on YouTube still, but I don't know, something about YouTube. But TikTok is something else. All right, so I'm reading this shit. I'm watching Rap the News, okay? Rap the News on the YouTube every day, going crazy. I'm listening to this shit. At first, I told y'all, I thought the motherfucker was crazy. R.I.P., man. R.I.P. I wish dude was here to see this shit. This is the end of the world as we knew it. Y'all getting all surprised. Everybody surprised from the solar flares and the volcano. Not me, bro. I'm literally reading this shit word for word. All right, this Planet X, the arrival, right? 2017. They knew it wasn't when it was coming and everything, bro. Because we like 7 years, the Hopi prophecy real. That shit real. The fucking Mayan calendar, real, bro. They wasn't saying that the world was going to end in 2012. They were saying that the return of this object was going to be in 2012. If you go look right now, we in what? Like 2000 what? We was like 7 years ahead. We probably like 2019 or some shit in real life. Going off the Mayan calendar or the Ethiopian calendar. Going off the Ethiopian calendar, which is one of the oldest calendar, I think, in all time. Going off of that calendar, motherfucker, we like 7 years ahead. So the Mayans had it. They had it right. They wasn't talking about like we was gonna die like in 2012. I guess they were saying like it was gonna return, like it was gonna start like the thing. Because if you look at the orbit and shit, how it's on this path, the path is like the path goes up. It comes from up, but you can see how when the last time that it came, it went out this way. So it goes, it comes up. I guess it comes from this way, right? It's like a loop. It comes in this way, like a cross. It make a cross on God. This is why they call it the planet of the crossing. I can show you all this shit. This is not a game, bro. This is real shit. Scientists know all of this shit, bro. This is real. See right here? See how it's coming up, but you see the line right there? See that? So this is what it does. It shoots from out, just like it say in the Bible. The lion has come up from his thicket. That's why you can't, bro. The Bible's written all these parables. It's gonna fuck you up when you understand what the Jesus object is. That's why they kept saying, bro. Look at the time man is in. Look at the time, like look at man's mind. You hearing so much death from now. Things might have been like they was all the time. Death, earthquakes, all that shit has always been. That's what's gonna fuck a man up because you're gonna be like, oh, it ain't happening in our time. It's your time. You know what I'm saying? But this shit has always been. But just look at it though, like the increase, like this, just like you gotta look at the shit that's going on with kids and bro, y'all. I don't know if y'all can't see it. I just don't know what to call it. Even with the man, how men made it okay to marry other men, even women, all that shit, and then how I don't give a fuck what y'all say, but putting power into women's hands have ruined the world. Okay, women was never meant to have power. Women only meant to rule over a household. Women, they carry seed. I mean, they birthed. They give birth. Women don't give life. Men carry seed. Men carry seed. So man rule his household. The kid is already in the man before he even meet a fucking woman. That kid gonna exist whether he meet that woman or not. That's his seed. Men spread seed, literally. So with man putting power or the system, the devil, because that's what the system is. Y'all thinking that the system is a person, but the system is a mental. That's why they fuck your mind. It's a mental, bro. The devil is in you. You are that shit. But you got a free will, bro. You got a free will, and it's a system that's controlling your good and your bad. It ain't you. Like you got the right to choose, but it's a system that's helping you choose the bad, which is this devil type. Y'all think it's a person, bro. This shit is real. It's all around you. It's in you. When you do crazy shit, that's why you got a conscience. That's why right now in this time, your conscience come to ruin you, bro, destroy you, because the so-called Jesus is here. That's real shit. When people talk about this Christ consciousness and only certain people got that, bro. Only certain people like have that conscience to where they do some shit and they feel bad. Like damn, like that's a conscience, bro. That's your good and your bad. That's that devil in the God. The wrestle against good and bad. Some people don't have that. Some people just don't have a soul. soulless motherfuckers. And they can come in all different forms and all different shapes. That's where they lied to us, thinking all black people are people, all this and that. No, bro. But sorry to get off subject. But in this time, this thing, well, it came up, shot through. That's how it's here now. It takes all this time to do this because if you look at it, the orbit that it's on, you see how it got this loop like this? It got that loop like that. And then it go over and then it comes out, right? Our planets don't do that shit. We go around the sun like this. You know what I'm saying? So it takes what? Years, certain amount of time to go around the sun. It takes this motherfucker 3,000 something years to do that. What it does. It takes it that long to do that shit. No lie. Light got me hot as a bitch. But anyway, so now that it's here, it's this Christ consciousness. That's why when you read the Bible, bro, you got to read that and get your own understanding. That's why so many people self-destruct. It's you that self-destruct because you don't know that you're the only one that can save your soul. The Bible tells you that. And how could you save your soul through basic instructions, bro? Reading, studying to show thyself approved. Not even only that, because the Bible literally tells you if you believe in a certain God, you ain't even got to believe in the Bible or the God. You can believe in any fucking God you want to believe in, but you got to have full faith in that God. If that's your God, that's cool. You can't be all double-minded, hot, cold, you know. It's certain shit that people don't even know that's literally in the Bible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody was born to know, but that's why I say when it comes to our people, they ain't at fault for what we've been taught, like with the Jesus character and all that shit, because they taught us about a God. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that matters. It's on us to figure out what that God is. Everybody is misled right now, the whole world, because y'all sitting here thinking Jesus is a man. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, Jesus is a fucking thought. It's a mind. It's like, even though the Yahshua, some of that shit might be real and like it's like written in metaphors, but it's switching in the Bible. It's switching up to parable. It's man and like spirit. Like it ain't even just. It's like this man character, and then it's this thing. That's why what they call him all through the Bible. They tell you that Jesus is the Lion of Judah, the so-called Jesus. That's the sign of the spiritual. That's the spiritual. Then they go on to tell you. That's why he told you dealing with a mental. That's when they tell you who Satan is. He's the morning shining star, right? Jesus, the morning shining star, brother. He the same person. It's the same. Like it's thought. It's all in your thought, but they wrestle against each other, good and bad, bro. It's a balance. It wouldn't be a balance if it wasn't good and bad, like man and woman, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is born ignorant. Now I know some of y'all ain't gonna understand that shit, but bro, this is real shit. I think that was Benjamin Franklin that said that shit. Everybody is born ignorant, bro, but it takes a fool to remain that way. So if we don't study this shit, we ain't gonna know what this character is, this object that has come in. We gonna still think that Jesus is, even though the Bible is literally telling you, bro, to work. Jesus telling you that it is written to worship no one but the Father that is in heaven alone. Who is the Father? Is not a man. It's spirit, it's nature, you know what I'm saying? It's the good that you worship, and that's why, you know, you got your bad. Bro, I can't even explain this shit because we at the end of time when it comes to this. But just know that this thing is here, bro. It's not here for good. That's why Jesus told you I did not come to bring peace to the world. Everybody think Jesus come to be they redemption, they salvation and all. No, bro. He did not say that shit. It's literally a time of destruction. He literally said, I did not come to bring peace to the world, but a sword. I come to turn a mother against a daughter and a father against a son. This is your mental, bro. This is your mental at a time like this. Then when you go into the book, you will know that they talk about this Jesus character, right? But then they go on to talk about, you know what I'm saying, the lion and all these metaphors, the Lion of Judah and all this and that shit. And all, then bro, I'm telling you, it's all, some of the shit is contradicted until you realize what they're saying. So the object that come in, right, is the sun. They call it, I guess it's the son of the sun. I don't know what the fuck they call it. I don't know what you can call it, bro. But the object that comes in has something to do with the sun. So it comes in, it affects the sun. It's like some galactical shit goes on with the objects and shit. So it's like some type of war in heaven, as I guess you can call it. I don't know, but that's what I get from it. So it's a war in heaven. Bam. It's affecting man thought. So man out here doing dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's frying other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because the sun is letting off these CMEs and all this shit. So it's frying other people. Like you know, Y'all see them Caucasian people, they face getting fat and shit. They gotta wear these sunglasses, all that, the UV at like 12, 50. That shit gonna get high as a bitch. That shit gonna get high as people ain't gonna even know that they can do that. Like 20 and 30, it's gonna be so crazy, it's gonna be unbearable, bro. And black folks don't know that it's affecting them because we've been eating meat and shit. So it's affecting us, our mental, but it ain't gonna affect our physical. So on the outside, we be outside and shit, we playing ball and stuff. That's why you gonna see so much crazy shit going on with black people, bro. I guarantee you, it's gonna be the worst place to be watching. When the cities, when these earthquakes and shit get to going off, the worst place that it's gonna be is around black people, bro. I'm giving y'all, I'm letting y'all know, because whatever's happening, it's a mental thing that it is doing this. So everything that you see, bro, why y'all think that you see all this racist shit on TikTok? This is not by accident, bro. The Most High does all of this, the good and the bad. The Bible said that. I am the good and the bad. I am a man of war. The Bible said that, literally. So it's like bad shit happening. That's why you got this war happening, the weather happening at the same time, bro. The worst that these, I hate for when them earthquakes get to going off, bro. The motherfuckers probably get to letting off nukes and shit, all type of shit. Y'all gonna see, bro. It's gonna be some crazy shit. I'm be some crazy. In the worst place that it's gonna be to be around. They may not do it right away, but the wars ain't gonna be nothing to go to war with a motherfucker after that. After America split in half or some crazy shit, because we gonna be so vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? So it's God doing all of this, bro. All of this shit is gonna literally happen. So when America split in half and shit, due to this thing that's already here, people don't even know that it's here. They don't even know. All they hearing is volcanoes going. They taking this shit and they just letting it go. When they hear volcano went off after 12,000 years, all 7 volcanoes went off after 400 years, all this, they not understanding what they hearing. They still living life, or they don't even know that destruction, water, everything that you can think of, fucking tsunamis, all that shit is coming, headed their way. It's just so long. Every day that motherfucker wake up, it's a blessing. Now, the thing comes in, it takes 155 days to go up and come, because after it comes in, I guess it gets sucked into our solar system for a certain amount of time, and then it shoot out, bro. This is a real. They know that. This is how I know this, because I read these books and they talk about it. So they talk about how it comes in and shit, and then it get to going around the sun. Like right now, before it comes, it pushes objects before it. That's why we got the Atlas coming. They don't motherfucking spaceship. They want to confuse motherfuckers and got y'all thinking this, because it's the end of the world, baby. And they know it is the end of the world. That planet Atlas, that motherfucker is like that could be fucking what they call that thing? Remember that thing that just came out the earth? That could have been I don't know if y'all remember this, bro, because they be having us so confused. But remember that asteroid that just fell out the sky, and they said people seen it falling all over Texas, all over Atlanta, right? Hold on, 1 second. Let me throw this on real quick. I don't know if I remember that shit, bro. So if it was a meteor that just fell like a couple months ago, like not a month ago, right? Meteor falling shit. They was like, oh, people seen it falling all in Texas. They seen that motherfucker falling all in Atlanta and shit like that, right? Now that could have been, I don't know now, bro, but that could have been, parts of that fucking system. You get what I'm saying? And now you got the planet Atlas coming, which they been talked about. That's what's so crazy, bro. I've been heard about the planet Atlas, right? But they say it's something that's in front of that, which is supposed to be, they call it wormwood. Get my right-handed guy, bro. But it's called a fucus, or some shit like that. They named it. But the biblical scholars and motherfuckers that's been looking at this thing, they call it wormwood. So they've been knowing that Atlas was going to come, but they never knew that Atlas was going to do what it's doing. So it's something pushing Atlas. Bam. What's pushing Atlas, right? Fucking wormwood, right? So you hear about wormwood in the Bible and blah, they said you're hearing about all this crazy shit, right? So they confusing us, telling us, oh, it might be alien shit. No shit, bro. It's a comet. Fucking like it ain't made of like rock. It's like iron. These are planet killers, bro. They are planet killers, literally. If they hit into a fucking planet, they gonna kill. They are planet Nibiru, planet killer. It's an iron ball, bro. It's like a big iron ball of fire, all type of shit, volcano, all that. They not telling motherfuckers, planet killers. That's why they call them the destroyer. Put an end to. You go look up the destroyer in the dictionary. Webster's dictionary literally tell you what that shit means. Put an end to. Make an end to shit. make shit cease to exist. That's how all these people disappeared off the face of the earth, bro. You look around, they be like, all these civilizations was here. The Mayans, the Olmecs, all these different motherfuckers. Fuck y'all think they went? The motherfuckers died of natural disasters. And this shit has happened over and over and over. This ain't even the first time. So, sorry for getting off the subject. I was getting hot as a bitch, and I ain't know who the fuck was that right there. But anyway, so it's the end of the world as we know it. And it's only so long before we see these earthquakes go off, bro. It could be days, seconds, months, years, who knows, but it is the end of the fucking world as we know it, bro. You're going to only see things get worse. That's it. When it comes to men, when it comes to society, when it comes to the news, they ain't only Donald Trump being used for the good and the bad. That's what y'all don't understand, man. God uses every, y'all think that the devil bro, do you know in the Bible they barely talk about the devil? God is in tune with the nations. You hear about all, you go read that shit. You gonna sit down, you're like, damn, where the devil at during this whole time? Where's Satan? During this whole time, bro. Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. Where's Satan? During that whole time, nobody's asking this. You hear about some shit in the beginning where you don't even read this. This is like a fairy tale where you're hearing about Satan and all this. You hear it's some shit in there. Don't get me wrong, like a little bit compared to all it is, to where nations in tune with nations, God putting plagues on motherfuckers, He's wiping out lands, all this and that. God is in tune with people. They won't do what He asked. It ain't the devil. Go look at this. That's why I keep telling them, go look at this shit, bro. When you go look at it, you get to understand it's a mental thing. Good and bad. Balance. There's no balance on the land right now, bro. I don't know if this thing comes. A lot of people say this, that it comes due, because even Rap the News said that it comes due to sin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when sin is at its height, and then the Bible does say that, though. Like when you go into this shit right here, right? It does say that. I ain't gonna lie. When you tell them, like, speak into the ears of my people, you know what I'm saying? The words of the prophecy, you know what I'm saying? That I should put in thy mouth, right? He said, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So that's exactly what it say, bro. You can't say that ain't what it say. When sin is at its height, like I guess the earth has been defiled, bro. Like, you think of man coming. That's what you think. The Bible don't say shit like that, bro. It talks about this thing coming, right? You go into the book of Jeremiah, it talks about this object coming, which they call the lion. Who's the lion? Who's the motherfucker that comes to turn a mother against a daughter and a father against a son? Who's that come to bring a sword to the world, not peace? Who is that? Who is that? This lion, right? When they talk about this lion that has come up, the lion, right? First we hear about the Jesus character. These are all metaphors, bro. It has been rewritten over and over and over and over and over and over thousands of times. So people don't write this shit in their own perspective. They don't write this shit in their understanding and all this and that. So they done took some of these people after thousands of years. You gotta remember, some of these stories 2,000 years old. Now imagine you tell the motherfucker something and they stay around. Do you think that story gonna be the same 2,000 years from now? And you got niggas like me getting it, and motherfuckers, everybody else getting it. Motherfuckers can't read getting it. Ask yourself that shit, right? Now you go into this book. It literally tells you that that Jesus character that they talking about, it's not a man. How do we know that? It's an object. First, you separate the Jesus because you the man. That's where you get the man part from. You the man. The Jesus character is when he became filled with the Holy Spirit. That was the object. I guess. I don't know how that shit work. I don't know, bro. But you the man, bro. So when this object come in now, it don't come to bring peace, but it comes to bring destruction. So when it comes in now, mental, men being women and men. So when I say men, motherfucker, I mean men and women. So men, when the object comes in, right? That's what they tell you in the Coburn Bible that I don't even want to lie. You just pull it up. All of this go together. It's the same shit. They tell you when the thing returns, that wisdom will be revealed. What the fuck you think that means? When this thing comes in, it's just like now. Wisdom been revealed, bro. I don't know if y'all get this. But when people get this talking to that spiritual shit, the vibration, like when you got the, like, a lot of religion failed to exist. I don't know if y'all seen that, but that's when the world became still. Motherfuckers ain't watching. But when you get to hearing these people talk about bad vibrations and energy and all this bad energy and all, they had a bad vibe. When that happened, where you get that from? That was not given to you genetically. You did not learn that through your grandmama, all that, but the whole world got on that same tune. Everybody got to understand that they can feel a motherfucking vibe. Oh man, that bitch got a bad vibration, man. I ain't finna be talking to her. She had bad energy, all this stuff. Where that shit come from, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where that shit come from? The world's still. People ain't even see it. It's still. Bam. Religion still to exist. Everybody talking about religion, bad energy, all this and that shit. But they didn't even understand where that was coming from. So now that the energy is here, it's getting that into its height. So now no matter where you at, you can be at a party, you can be at a fucking wedding, you can be at a fucking bachelor party, any fucking where, bro. Strip club, anywhere. And people just gonna start losing their lives and shit because motherfuckers ain't gonna understand that this energy is here in this world, bro. And if you ain't aligned, you gonna self-destruct. That's what it's all about. That's why they said men died. They said men dashed in madness. What you think that means? When they say that men dashed in madness, right? Let me put it up because I don't want to be lying this shit. I say they said the people. Manuscript chapter 3, verse 6. They said the people scattered in madness. Right? What do you think that means? The people scattered in madness. Everybody running. It don't mean that motherfucker gonna be running around like a chicken with their head chopped off. People just full with madness, bro. Madness. The whole world mad. Everybody mad. They think it's just black people. See what white people don't understand? They stand in the back. You see how they starting to get racist again? Y'all see that? That's God, bro. That's God revealing to these people. That's what I'm telling them. The worst place to be is going to be around these motherfuckers. And then, I don't know if it's God, because God said he the good or the bad. It got to be. For all this information to be coming out with this Hurricane Katrina shit, and they showing what they did to black folks and how they, we was just shooting them. Well, I just shoot one and all this. Not like, bro, y'all not knowing the power that God fit it. But then you hear the shit, the gruesome things of the young people, the black young people, what they doing to themselves. Understand this. That when these natural disasters getting it going off and shit, black folks ain't gonna have nobody but each other. And then the information that they've been receiving, they being indoctrinated already, whether it's good or bad, whether it's coming from the system or whether, because like God said, I am the good and the bad. So whether it's coming from the system to get ready to prepare these people for what's coming, because it's coming. It's coming. And see, white folks ain't gonna get to do what they did for, they ain't gonna even get to come and go. That's what's so crazy because most of the black folks control the cities. You gonna look at DC, black folks control the cities, bro. Chicago, black folks control the cities like want nothing to be moving. And I'm talking about when some shit happened to where ain't no helicopters can come, ain't no National Guard can get up in there. I'm talking about a natural disaster. I'm talking about an earthquake that's so fucking big, bro, that split this bitch in half. Tsunamis happening, everything. So the aftermath of that shit, bro. The aftermath of that shit, them people that's gonna be living, black folks gonna already got it on their mind that they wanna hurt them. And then God go already put it in them. Y'all already see the Bible folks to destroy these. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know that shit. But when it talks about how bro, it's in there. It's in there about these people. That's why I'm telling y'all the worst place that's gonna be is to be around these, to be around our own kind, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we a part of it, so we protected under that shit. But I'm talking about like them. That'll be the worst place for them to be, folks. I ain't even lying to y'all, telling y'all no lie. This is real truth. Soon as this shit get to happening, that's why I'm sitting back on watching all this shit. I'm like, yeah, like God gonna get these young motherfuckers and fill them up. They already angry, bro. They already angry. If you ain't never read, you ain't never heard about Jacob's trouble or read about it, but that's now. Jacob is these black motherfuckers, a bloodline, a lineage of mad, angry people. They are angry, and God put that anger in them to destroy their enemies, bro. And see, y'all don't know that. And then y'all see back in the YN's this, the YN that. God finna put, that's his army, bro. He literally said that the power lies in the youth. Being good or bad, them people gonna be used. What they gonna be used for? Y'all ain't gonna even understand it. God is the Most High is so gruesome. He does some crazy shit. Like when you look into the mental in the Bible, when you go see the shit that the Most High, the plagues and the unalive and motherfuckers firstborns and all it, bro. When they say God is a jealous God, bro, just watch the destruction that happens, and motherfuckers gonna be trying to call on some shit that they don't even. It's not happening. Rapture, not happening. Like all that shit. And this is the end of the world as we know it. And they not even what's so crazy is it's an internet blackout. It is an internet blackout, bro. Even when it comes to it's an internet blackout when it comes to the earthquakes, when it comes to the fucking volcanoes, and when it comes to rioting. Like what the fuck, bro? You go on TikTok, you don't see shit about these earthquakes. You don't see shit about these motherfucking volcanoes. I posted shit, it'll get like 1,900 shares, 1,700 shares, bro. The shit that's going around right now, the floods, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, all that shit that's going on, bro. Ain't no way, and fuck that shit ain't supposed to be up in number, bro. Like even with the protests, like we supposed to be seeing all that shit, how they been protesting, and bro, there's so many people out there protesting, bro. Thousands of people, they get guys burned through at them, all type of shit, bro. But we not seeing this, so it's like a media blackout. They only showing that shit to keep us laughing and dancing, nigga. That's what they want you to do. Laugh and dance, motherfucker. That's it. That's it. Other than that, earthquake gonna hit. Boom, out of nowhere. Watch what I tell y'all. They all know it's coming, bro. They all know it's coming. It's gonna hit right here in North America, bro. One of the biggest earthquakes. That motherfucker probably hit in a couple places. Like, it's gonna unalive. It ain't gonna be, it's gonna be more people than they can motherfucking count. It's gonna take thousands of years to find these motherfuckers. I'm telling y'all. Watch. And that's when shit gonna go up in flame, bro. Everything gonna go up in flame. And that's when America gonna be vulnerable. Cities gonna be at war with each other and shit. Motherfucker, and we might have invaders, bro. Ain't no telling what the fuck going on. But when this bitch crack, and it's gonna happen. It's coming, bro. God for to shake this bitch up. When you go see the minds and the hearts of white people in these comments, bro, you read this shit, you pray to God that he do something to these motherfuckers. You praying like, bro, if God don't do it, who gonna destroy these motherfuckers, bro? Like they hearts and their minds and shit, like the hate that they have when they see like the little boy that just crashed and burned up and shit. When you go read the comments from the shit that they say, bro, oh, he's looking up at us now. Oh, I bet he learned to like they have no soul, no heart. Know what I'm saying? So who gonna destroy that mind frame, bro? Who gonna destroy that shit? They like it's like, bro, they gotta be destroyed. And the Bible talks about that shit, bro. I know y'all be, oh, dude, crazy. No, the fuck I ain't. When this shit says, when they talk about, therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more in touching their wickedness. That's these motherfuckers, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in them things which they wickedly exercise themselves. The laws and all that shit they wrote, bro. He said, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Who the fuck you think he talking about? Ask yourself that. I be sitting here like, God, you got to get these motherfuckers. So I know goddamn well them slaves and all them motherfuckers. They prayed so hard for God to destroy these people, bro. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Y'all can sit here and believe what you want, but it's all written. Look, you see here, right? The boy, look at this shit, right? What do you say? Look at it. What do you say? We gonna start at the top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. He talking about his people. The words of the prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper. And I'm reading it right now. He said, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And man, he broke that down so cold. I said, God damn, these niggas were cold. He said, for all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. He said, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, and the world is the people. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. And it's happening now. He said, for the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. He said, therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more in touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. He said, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And what they saying, get them back, Lord. Get him, Lord. You got to destroy this cracker, Lord. I'm telling you, bro. You don't gotta, hey, if you don't, listen, I don't give a damn what y'all say, bro. So I'm telling you, I gonna get these people. And then, bro, that ain't the only, this shit get scary, bro. I'm telling you, this shit get real scary. You see where it says, a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride. Who pride? White pride. Because of their pride, their city shall be troubled. I told y'all, it's going to be the worst place for the motherfuckers to be. For because of their pride, their city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed. They say a man shall be afraid, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but destroy his house with a sword, their houses with a sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And you know what that means, the lack of food. He said, and for the great tribulation. So this is the end of the world, my people. He said, behold, said God, I will call together all the kings of the earth. And that's this war, bro, during this time, the famines. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's all that shit going on with this world war. You see, he said, behold, said God, I will bring together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which is from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, in Lebanon, to turn themselves against one another and to repay the things that they have done to them. Who's them, y'all? Like as they do yet this day. So they doing it still to this day. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. Y'all see that shit? So the Bible is really written. It ain't no shit that some of us just can't get, bro. We know exactly what's going on in this time. They are trying to lie and say, oh, nah, bro. This is speaking now. This is for now, strictly for the tribulation. So we got like, if you don't go read this shit, you don't have the instruction. You don't know, bro, what is taking place during this time. You don't know. The world is finna shake. Pestilence coming. You hear about the gas? That unalive, like 3 motherfuckers got like 60 people sick. You hearing about the plagues? The fucking what's that? It's like leprosy. What that shit called? 3 motherfuckers dead from that shit. It's spreading all through New York. What's it called? You ain't hearing about that shit? Famine, plagues, pestilence. You ain't hearing it. The earth shaking. He literally told you when the biggest sign, bro, the biggest sign that destruction is coming. See, you think God coming like a white man finna crack the sky open? We're on a horse now. No, the biggest sign. The so-called Jesus is already here. They come to bring death. He come to bring a sword, destruction. Come to turn a mother against a father, a mother against a daughter, a father against a son. He's already here. That shit is happening. He's doing that now. That is here. So what follows behind that death, destruction is coming to plague, because the so-called Jesus only come for to wake you up, to awaken you. Whether you use that good for that awakening for good or that awakening for bad, and it's been an awakening. And if you motherfuckers ain't been woke, you've been left behind mentally, because it's a mental resurrection that has took place, especially over here in America. So all that Jesus shit you waiting on, it's already here. Now comes your destruction. The Bible literally talks how this shit happened. Behold, said God, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Did he say any fucking time that, I'm for the rapture? No, y'all people took Ecclesiastics. That's one verse. The word rapture ain't in the Bible not one time. Nowhere. It's not in one fucking book. So people took and made some shit, which Caucasian people did. Made some shit, gave you your understanding, and told you what it meant. Bitch, go read it. Excuse my language, but go read the Bible, bro. If you go read it, you will understand. Like, damn, I've been lied to. Like, if you go read it, none of the shit that they saying is in there. You ain't gonna even find the devil. They keep trying to like all through, bro. you go hear it, like, bro. Go read it. Just go read the shit. Just go read it. I'm telling y'all, bro. The reason people don't know is because they going off word of mouth. Word of mouth is the biggest destroyer ever, nigga. That shit might not be true. Word of mouth has came from 10 different motherfuckers. That's why people don't know the truth, bro. Motherfucker ain't seeking out the truth. They okay with the work that another motherfucker did, even if they ain't do no work. They just telling you some shit that they think. Like me, I can tell you anything. That's why I'm telling you to go read it. Go see. Go see how you feel, man. I guarantee you. And see, a lot of people try to go, oh, Jesus coming back, more Jesus. You ain't read that Bible with understanding. You couldn't have. Because Jesus, the so-called Jesus that y'all talking about, was a man. The Bible literally says that. Okay? But the spirit that they speak of, right? That is an object that comes and it brings, it's like bro, you'll see. Y'all will see, bro. That's why in the Bible they be like, Jesus was God only for, no, he wasn't, bro. It was a chosen people. The lady bare a son through a man named Joseph, motherfucker, and he had more like of a conscience. He had like more of a, he was on a more of conscience, like a higher power conscience than anybody else. God bless him. That's why when you go read, it literally, I'll be trying to put you motherfuckers up on game, boy. You hear me? Trying to put you motherfuckers up on game, boy. And where we at? Acts chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which God did by him. Now, I ain't got to ask you again, who was Jesus and what he was, because the Bible literally told us. So for you to come and tell me, oh, Jesus, what do you want? No, bruh. That's your understanding. That's what you got from that shit. But when I just sat down here and read this, the Bible literally clearly says that ye men of Israel, it's letting you motherfuckers know, Jesus, a man of Nazareth, approved of by God, right? So everything that he did was approved. God did by him. It wasn't that he was God. Oh, Jesus. No, that's some white folk shit. Where do you think you got that from? Where do you think you get the rapture from? Why do you think majority of black people think they gonna get rapture? You got that from your fucking slave owner. They told you, oh, you just do good by your master. Oh, God, all this crazy shit. You gonna go to heaven if you just be a good slave and all type of crazy shit. And you believed them. Just ran with it. You gonna read the shit? None of that. Because if you read it, you'll be mad. You won't be no good Christian type of motherfucker at all. Be mad, bro. You feel the same way you feel right now because they've been doing the same shit for thousands of years. Same fucking people. Same motherfucker that killed him. That so-called unalived this fucking Jesus. The same fucking people. Remember they said the Roman, bro, motherfucking same people, bro. Y'all think the motherfucker that bro. America's literally the original Roman Empire, bro. They play some part in that shit. They play some part in that shit right now today. You think America is the youngest country on America. No. What they established over here on this land is the youngest. But when it comes to fucking how long these people been in power, bro, how long they been doing some gruesome, crazy shit, this been going on for a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just thinking this starting to happen. Go read the book and you will see. And then separate that Jesus, the man, right? You got to separate that. Because he get filled with like some holy, it's like a holy, like a spirit or something come across upon him, right? That's what happens, like a higher consciousness come upon him. That's why when he in the wilderness and shit, I believe he was fasting. Only way you get that is from fasting, right? That's why they tell you to fast. Because why do you fast? Because you motherfuckers been eating meat and shit, so you got to get that shit up out of you, bro. Right? That's why it makes sense to fast now, or even just to stop eating meat, period, at all. No bullshit. But some type of consciousness came upon him. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. Like he was in a higher consciousness than anybody else. That's what it was. He had a blessing of consciousness. That's why he said the works that God did by him, a spirit did that. Like it was something that did that. You know what I'm saying? To have him prophesying and all this, but he was coming to get his people, to awaken his people. If you go look at it, he was awakening his people. That's why he kept telling them to go not unto the Gentiles, but only into the lost tribes and shit, to the lost sheep. I thought he literally was lost tribes, bro, lost people and lost in their fucking mind, not knowing who they is, loss of self, loss of tongue, not knowing their natural fucking tongue. This shit been going on forever. That's you, nigga. Loss of identity, all that shit. He was telling motherfuckers to go to them people, bro. They was all black. Even when they tried to make Paul, you go talk to these white motherfuckers, they will literally sit here and try to make Paul seem like Paul just spoke in Greek. Paul was like bilingual or some shit, but Paul was a nigga. Ain't no way that they gonna sit up here The Bible dictionary literally telling you that all the Egyptians was black, was the son of Ham. That's what they saying. Now you got to remember, they contradict themselves. This is what they do. Tell you that the Bible dictionary tell you that all the sons of Ham was black. The Egyptians was first. The Egyptians, right? Black. So how the fuck do they mistake Paul? This is what I'm saying. When they was translating this Bible, they weren't thinking. Because they did it to fuck up you. But they didn't do, they I don't know. Maybe God did it. God did. Because you can see right through their lives. Because how do you mistake Paul, a white man, for Israelite? I mean, for Egyptian. Not even Israelite, but for Egyptian. Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that, bro. Remember they said, isn't that Egyptian? What they say? You got to read this shit. Because when you read it, you have to stop it. Like, bro, yeah, bro, these niggas black. Even when when Joseph's brother sold him into slavery, and they went to eat, so they make Joseph. White people try to make Joseph seem like they was white. Like what, bro? Go read. I don't even think they read the shit. Because when you read it, bro, how Joseph, a white boy, being sold into Egypt to some Egyptians, which is black, which all that they admitted. I got the Bible dictionary right here. Fucking shit literally says this, that the Egyptians was of the son of Ham. The blackface of the land, right? So Joseph gets sold into slavery whatever you want to call it, sold into bondage, whatever, when he was a kid, by his brothers and shit. They go back, tell his daddy and shit. I think they said he was unalive. He was killed by a bear or a boar or some crazy shit. So years go by and shit. Joseph, which his name was Joseph, he was in Egypt and shit, and the king took a likeness to him and shit. You know what I'm saying? King took a likeness to him. You know, Joseph was, I don't know, man. He was chose. That's what I'm saying. The same thing that chose Jesus, this consciousness. He wasn't the only one, bro. David had that. A lot of them had that. Moses, all of them, bro, had that higher consciousness. This is what they not telling you. Black people have that. That's that God in you, motherfuckers. Some of y'all just can't discover it. But they all dealt with that. A lot of them dealt with the higher consciousness. You know what I'm saying? It's just different times. It's different. You know what I'm saying? They all. When you read this, the white people made this shit fit them. That's why you read it's contradicting. Got a lot of shit they made it to their likeness and all this. Don't believe that they didn't, bro. Don't sit here and for once don't think that they didn't fuck with this Bible. Because how is we seeing that Joseph gets sold into bondage? Years go by, king take a likeness to him and shit. He over there living good in Egypt now, right? So he the king main man over there, like literally, like the main, he running the kingdom and shit. So I'm talking for real. If you got this shit was real, like if you needed some shit done, you had to go to Joseph. Like Joseph was one of the main ones that the king took a liking to. So his famine had struck in the land over in like wherever they was, Jerusalem, wherever the fuck they was. Famine hit their land. So Joseph brothers, his mother, all his people and shit went to Egypt. Gotta remember, Joseph was a little boy when he got sold by his brother them, when they took him and did whatever they did to him. Right? So now they grown men. When famine hit the land and all that shit, they grown men now. Right? So they so-called sold Joseph to some black motherfuckers. They want us to think that they was white. So Joseph, he seen his brother and them and shit. They didn't see him, but he seen them. They came here looking for food and asking for food, bum ass motherfuckers. You know, some new, same type of shit, how family is and shit, do you wrong and shit, pop up and shit. Now they need something, motherfucker hungry, looking dirty, dusty and shit, but you clean as a bitch. King like you took a liking on you. You got on gold chains and shit. You dress like a pharaoh, all type of crazy shit. They don't even know that's you. You a grown ass man now. You got facial hair and all that shit. Gold teeth in your mouth like me and shit. You know what I'm saying? You see your people and shit like, damn, they all bummed out and shit. They got your mama with them. And they like, damn, man, you tell the king, like, man, that's my people. Now you tell me how the fuck don't Joseph know, Joseph brother them don't know that that's him and he white. Now wouldn't Joseph had to look, because they thought he was the Egyptian. So wouldn't Joseph had to be the color of the Egyptians? Remember in the Bible that was the curse of it was a confusion of faces. The Israelites and the Hamites, the confusion of faces on them motherfuckers. Remember? I don't know if y'all read this. But it's some real shit. They don't look the same, but they resemble each other like Africans and African Americans. We ain't shit alike. We Israelites. They Hamites. We Shemites. Still to this day, bro. Still to this day. And don't y'all think that it's crazy how the whole world is anti-Semitic in real life because they hate black people and black people is the real Shemites? Ain't that crazy, bro? Talk about what you know. Because you ask yourself, where's them people at today? Right, the people still here. They right here. These are the same people because they dispersed way before fucking the 1611. But that's how motherfuckers had already got here. The armies, all that shit, they had already been traveling. A lot of motherfuckers had went into Africa and they was unaliving and murdering the motherfuckers, so they had traveled to see. They had already made it to the Americas. A lot of them Israelite nations and shit. A lot of them ain't even lost tribes. Y'all motherfuckers try to sit here and say they lost. They literally right here in America, bro. You got Jamaicans, you got fucking Haitians, you got Cubans, you got Dominicans. Them are all lost tribes. And I ain't talking about the motherfuckers that look like Mexicans. I'm talking about the niggas. When you see them, that's why none of them look African, bro. Pay attention to that shit. They all look like us. You can't tell a Dominican from a black Dominican from a real black person, whether they being light-skinned or dark-skinned. You see them both in the same room, you'll be like, them niggas. Now put an African in there with them niggas. Put an African in a room with a Dominican, a Negro, and a black Cuban. And let somebody choose, like, which one of them the African? I guarantee you they gonna pick that African out and be like, them niggas. That's African. Guarantee you, bro. I done been to prison, all type of shit. Telling you the truth. I done been all around the world. I done seen all different types of motherfuckers. I can tell you this. I can separate an African from my people. I can tell an African. I don't fuck we get in the cab. I don't give a fuck where you at, motherfucker. I can tell an African. Just looking at you. That nigga's African. Now, how can I do that? If these are my people. They ain't my motherfucking people. My people come in all different shades. Light skin, red bone, peanut butter, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? All these, we the carpet colored people, bro. That's who we is. We ain't them motherfuckers. I can tell us, literally. And then, even from what, I do so much in research, even from finding out what this doctor said, which make fucking sense. Our skulls are long. Our skulls are long. They skulls are round, bro. A doctor did a study off these motherfuckers in the 1800s that said that we wasn't them. And y'all gonna make us them? That don't make a lick of sense. The fucking Bible dictionary tell us that we not them. And y'all gonna make us them. It literally tells you that all the fucking, you know what? We still got this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fucking, we still got it. Now this is a Zondervan right here, man. If you ain't got no Zondervan, I advise you to get you one. You see this right here? See that? Zondervan, my bad. Damn, I got my ugly ass face. See that? Zondervan dictionary, Bible dictionary. See that? Compact. It's a little one. So you go here. So you go to H. Ham, right? Ham, perhaps hot. The youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8th persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, okay? But we know the Negroes is a dark people. So what the fuck y'all mean? He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians. Now that's where I'm gonna cut off at. Now, like I said, we know for a fact that the Egyptians is black. So how the fuck is they making fucking Joseph a white man? No, nigga. Joseph was a Negro. That's what they ain't trying to let you niggas know. Joseph was a Negro. Paul was a Negro. Nigga, Jesus was a Negro. These all was niggas. They all was niggas, bro. That's what's so crazy. And it's like it's 2025, so we should be able to find this. And the information is right there. You go get the oldest picture known to man. Oldest fucking picture, right? I got this shit. Let me show y'all some shit. Now, I was just looking at this last night, man. You know what I'm saying? We got all this information. Then not only that, I can talk about this shit on TikTok. I mean on YouTube. You can't talk about this shit nowhere else. They don't play that. They don't let you talk about this. But I'm gonna bring that shit out for y'all. See? We're gonna bring some of this shit out, right? And I usually don't do this. Not on YouTube. But since we're talking about the truth, this right here, right? Know if y'all ever seen that. But since we're talking about the truth, we might as well talk about it all. So let's go to the oldest depiction you ever known. Here's the oldest picture of Jesus Christ ever known. Now don't look at him, but look at these niggas, bro. Look at them niggas. Look how fucking black them niggas is, bro. Look at that shit. But look at this. Look at the so-called Jesus himself. That ain't a nigga. But what does it say? The oldest known depiction of Christ. That's why I don't even be trying to argue with niggas, dog. Can't even argue with a motherfucker because I got so much information. I just be like, damn, folks. Like, then you got the oldest picture, only picture of Daniel ever known. Daniel the prophet, right? 1300s AD. That's a nigga. Little nigga angels. They took and whitewashed all this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't know it. Because you don't know that there's the oldest picture of Jesus. You thinking the motherfucker you see in the white dude, that you think that's Jesus. That's Cesarea Borges, whatever the fuck that man's name is. That ain't the so-called Jesus, bro. I'm telling y'all, these motherfuckers is crazy. They try to, and then, not only that, but why y'all think now ask yourself this. Because there's some shit that need to be answered right now today, 2025. Why every time you say something about Jewish people, they try to make it seem like you hate them or some shit? Why you can't say nothing? Why it's only them? Then not only that, bro. Why did Hitler hate these motherfuckers so much? Ask yourself that. See, you got to have some type of hate in your motherfucking heart, bro, to want to kill a motherfucking bloodline off. But what? What could make you that hateful, bro? And they look like you. What that is right there, right? See what that is? You see who that is? Right? Let me show y'all something that they don't teach you in school. This is what they don't teach you in school. Y'all think this motherfucker was a hater? Man, Hitler tried to save the world. You see the shit that's going on right now? With all that shit going on in Israel and all that? See that shit with Ukraine and all that? Them the same people. I think America's so invested in Israel and Ukraine, bro. Them the same motherfuckers. They run the world. You talk about the Illuminati and all that. That's them people, bro. And see, they might got the Trump Epstein files or whatever. These the motherfuckers that probably got video, bro. They literally blackmail America, bro. They own America. They control America. How I'm saying this? See this? This is all. Let me show you some shit. Let me show y'all some what you. This is why it's real good to self-educate. Okay, you see this shit? This is all these people. Who is that right there? Who is that? Right? Watch this. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Right? Now, how could you get this many people to follow you? All these motherfuckers. How could you get all these people to follow you? Look at this shit. To try to wiping out a motherfucker's bloodline, bro. How could you do this? Right? Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all what this motherfucker said. This is what they not teaching you in the school books. This ain't in no school book. Let me show y'all what these motherfuckers. Look what Hitler said about these motherfuckers. Let me show y'all something. Black man. Look at this shit, nigga. This shit is real. This ain't no fake shit. This ain't none of that shit, nigga. This really them niggas. Look what Hitler said about these niggas. You see who this is right here? He said that's a Hamite, right? You see what that is right there? He said that's an Oriental / Negro. That's a Negro right there, right? See what that is right there? That's a white man. You see what Hitler said about him? Bastard. Look at this shit. They say, in the segment of the Nazis' instructional film, right? What my bad. The genetic heritage of the Jew is perpetually traced to the Oriental, Negro, Near Asian, and Hamitic peoples. Hence, the film concludes the Jew is a bastard. So now, then you see, bro, I ain't never even read the book. I just was scrolling through. Bro, listen. Hitler know who these motherfuckers is, bro. He knew the whole time. That's why he trying to wipe their ass out. Remember the article that came out where Hitler was like, they tried to say it was fake. That article real. Where he was like, America has God's jewelry. He has the jewels of God. Remember that? And he was like, if I don't destroy Israel, or no, he said he was like, if he don't destroy the Jews, they gonna take over the world. And then he was like, they gonna get America to join the war and help them fight the war. He said because they got America blackmailed because America has God's jewelry. America has the true Jews of God. That's what he said. This is a real article. You can go find this is a real article. This man said this shit out his mouth itself. But then they try to make it seem like it was fake. It ain't fake. This information all out here. Dude knew who the real Jews was. He knew who they was, and he knew who has them. Yo, this shit is real. I put this on TikTok. Nigga, they blocked my account with 100,000 followers. Nigga, I can't never go live no more on that bitch. Nigga, this is real deal. This is a real deal thing. Nigga, you labeled the motherfuckers as bastards. Look at this. They was dropping shit, hitting the horrors to come, talking about how they was gonna be taking over the world and shit. Look at all this shit, dog. And this is a segment, bro. This is a whole segment. Look at this. It's like 25 of these books. Look at that. The Nazis, World War II. It's like 25 of these. I got this from a fucking Goodwill. This like part 22. This book right here. This like number 22 in the book. Oh God. All them is the books right there. I think that's them. Yeah, right there. Volumes right there. These the volumes right here. All of them. Okay. The Air Force War in Europe. Motherfucker, the return to the Philippines. The liberation. The Second Front. All this shit, bro. We need to read all of this. The Home Front, USA. The War in the Desert. All this shit, bro. We need to, all black folks, bro. Y'all need to start reading, motherfucker. We need to read this shit. Because for the simple fact, bro, it's a reason why a dude did what he did. They just never say. You know what I'm saying? That shit real. You know what I'm saying? All y'all have to do is go do some little research, man. Look at this shit, bro. This is really them. This is all really them. This is all them, bro. This is all these people. Look at this. They lied to us, y'all. And the only way that we would know this shit, the only way that we would know this is to do some research. We have to go. We can't let they schools teach us, dog. The march of the brown shirts. Look at all this. This is real people, y'all. This is real. This is real, man. They lied to us. That's why it never made sense. But when that lady said that shit, that the blacks in America is the biggest fucking threat to Israel today, like, what the fuck? How? Nigga, and y'all getting bummed and shit. We over here chilling. This is how, y'all. This is how. This is why we such a threat. Because we them people. Them motherfuckers know that. That's why they've been trying to wipe us out through eugenics, birth control, all that shit, y'all. They've been trying to wipe us out, but see, God said we was gonna be like the sand of the seas. You know what I'm saying? And hey, ain't nothing they can do to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Prisons, all that shit, vaccines and all that, man. They can't do nothing to us, y'all. They can't do nothing to us, man. Hitler knew some shit that a lot of people don't know. Hitler knew that the U.S. had God's people. Okay? Hitler know who the real Jews is. And if we don't open these fucking books, that's why they made it illegal for you to fucking read. That's why. You motherfuckers want to know why you can't read? I could never do this on TikTok, nigga. They will block that shit. They talking about German reparations and all this shit, bro. I'm telling y'all, we have to read this shit. Motherfucker literally have to read this. Otherwise, you gonna think that Hitler was just some little angry motherfucker. That ain't the case, y'all. That ain't the case. America is under siege by these motherfuckers, by them fucking right now today they is. Became anti-Semitic. They'll never let me show this on TikTok. They blocked my account. I can't even go live on that account with them. My main account. I can't even go live on there from this book. Oh God, I tried to show this book. They blocked that motherfucker. Then they try to make it seem like Hitler was racist. Hitler had niggas in his army. Niggas in his army, nigga. Fuck. They talking about the unemployment, all this shit. These real people, nigga. That's really them. Hitler screamed, arrest him. Further storm back. Nazi fighting. And all these people, man. Nigga, Hitler was love. God. They want y'all to seem like dog was just a bad person. Fuck out of here, nigga. He was bad because he was letting the world know that you motherfuckers was a threat. I think killing Hitler was the worst thing they could have did, bro. Oh God. I ain't gonna lie, y'all probably like, why you man shit. These motherfuckers, they did what he said. They took the world over. And I don't but they probably ain't killed Hitler though. He probably got away like they said, but they did take the world over though. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these white motherfuckers. Look. Nigga he's so whitey red. Yeah. That's crazy. All the little Hitlers. All the little Hitlers. That's really them boys right there, boy. I just think it's 21 of these books, or 22 of these motherfuckers, something like that. Look at my boy, man. See, Hitler was a hero. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know until y'all figured out what was going on. Y'all find out. Them motherfuckers got American people they got God's people, and they was trying to take over the world like they did. Nigga, they did. They done it. They took over the world. Now they got America using them as fucking power. Got us fighting 2 fucking wars on proxy wars right now until we get involved in that shit, because we don't fuck around. Russia they gonna keep pushing dude into the corner. He gonna fuck them up. Cause Putin know. See, Putin know everything that he knew. Y'all don't for once think these Russians don't know what the fuck going on. Y'all don't think Russia know everything that fucking dude knew? We don't know, folks. This shit, the whole world know this shit, bro. Come on, look at my man's, man. That's really him. My boy, man, having breakfast, 1935. I don't know if that's his daughter or what. I wonder where all his family at. Trying to make Hitler seem like dog. He was a family man and shit too, bro. He just knew I mean, we got to learn our history, bro. We got to learn shit ourselves. How you get this many people to follow you, bro? You know what I'm saying? We got to learn this shit ourselves. We got to really go look and read shit for ourselves, bro. That's how I stumbled across Hitler saying that the niggas was the real Jews. You see this? The campaign of hate. Start me one. Feel me? Jews are to blame for everything. Y'all thought he was playing, bro? Listen. Ask yourself now. Ask yourself now, nigga. Them motherfuckers got it. That's them in Ukraine, nigga, and they left from Ukraine and all up in there, went to Israel. Nigga, this some crazy shit. Left, went there, took over their land over there in 1948 and all that. Them the same fucking people, bro. Some of them motherfuckers German, some of them they all different shit. Dude knew that. And now they got America as they power, so they done took over the world, just like you said, brother. They control everything, the news, the media, the everything, folks. Harnessing the power of the national press. A national socialist editor never is a journalist exclusively, survived a, a German newsman in 1931, but always forced him. See, look, all the motherfuckers took over the fucking news, media, everything, harnessing the power of the national press. See, they been controlling the media, bro. They been doing crazy shit, right? They been doing all this shit instead of telling motherfuckers that the nigga is a motherfucking real Jew. Nigga, the genetic heritage of the Jew is perpetually traced to the Oriental Negro, Near Asian and Hamitic peoples. Hence, the film concludes that the Jew is a bastard. Yeah, I know some of y'all don't like to hear that. That shit is real, nigga. You see how they all doing their research? They was studying, they knew. They were like, no, if anything, the Jews is niggas. Yeah, I want y'all to know that. And then come to find out, Hitler was one of them too. He knew who they was because he was one of them. Now what? He traced his lineage back to his mama, through his mama, nigga. He knew exactly who he was. He knew exactly who they was, nigga. That's why they don't want you to speak on the Jews and all this shit. They want you to think all this hate and all. No, these motherfuckers is the haters. What he say? Today will be the prophet again. The international finance jewelry should succeed once more in plunging the peoples into the world war. Then the consequence will not be, where we go, Bolshevization of the world and the victory of the Jewry, but on the contrary of the destruction of the Jewish race in Europe. The German press trumped further statements. Many of the Jews in Germany, many of the Jews and Germans assumed that Hitler used the word destruction figuratively. There was no clear sign as yet that meant what he said literally. For still another year and a half, Nazi government made repeated attempts to deport German and foreign Jews, but other countries, underestimating the desperate flight of the Jews, took no emergency measure to relax their stiff migration and quotas. Whatever. Nazi officials rounded up 16,000 Jewish Poles and dumped them across the Polish border. Let's see. Hitler issued a decree prohibited Jews from holding civil service positions. Those who had higher price. Damn, this sounds like some of the shit that Trump doing right now. Jew pig. Let's see. Nazi brown shirts and black clad men marched back and forth in front of the stores wearing Germans not to buy from the Jew pigs. Windows were smeared. I see such Jew pigs. Jews are dragged off the street and beaten up in the brown shirts barracks. All the Nazis and members of the government were ordered to obey the boycott, and it took only a small office. See, we don't know nothing about this shit. We need to go learn all of this. Why Hitler did what he did. And I guarantee you he's somewhere in here saying America got God's people. Okay. For 2 decades, therefore, after there we go. But down World War One established. I guarantee you that's in here, man. I just gotta find it. Went to explain that the Jews would become combed out of Europe from the west to the east. They will be collected first in the ghettos. Look at that. Now, how the Jews get in it? How did the Jews get in the ghettos? Hold on now. What Jews is this motherfucker talking about? Wait, there's more. What'd he say? Hold on, where that ghetto word was? Where the fuck was the ghetto at? Whew, let me slow down. I got to go read this shit. You mean to tell me they had a ghetto before we did? So this where the ghetto come from. They know who the fuck the real Jews is, my mans. Hold on now. I know I wasn't tripping looking through this phone. I know I seen the word ghetto. Wait. Oh, there you go. Combed out of Europe from west to east. They would be collected first in the ghettos or the convenient located holding camps. Then, country by the country, they would be transported to be selected in terminals in Portland. Clearly, unleveled open areas of Portland would permit more efficient operations and populous West. One by one, the delegates presented a proposal that they have worked up from the conference they're suggesting. I don't know, I'm gonna have to read this whole book, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm gonna have to read this shit. I ain't want to at first, but I'm gonna have to read this. Mm-hmm. Cause there's some shit that they don't want us to know. Some shit that they don't want us to know, man. We gonna figure it out. We gonna find it out. Hitler's decision to annihilate the Jews. Let's see. See, this motherfucker's a Jew. I'm telling y'all, bro, we need to learn our history on these people. Hitler ain't did what he did for no reason. Today I will be a prophet again in the international finance jury should succeed once more in the plunging the peoples into world war. Then the consequences, whatever the fuck, will not be the Bolsheviks of the world, the victory of the jury, but on the contrary of the destruction of the Jewish race in Europe. The German press trumpeted no more firm statements. Many of the Jews, many of the Germans assumed that Hitler used the word destruction figuratively. Let's see what's go down. Germans turn to France potential. I don't know, bro. We gonna have to read this shit. Nigga gonna definitely have to read German Jews. Look, German Jews, bitch. More and more Jewish entrepreneurs elected to sell their holdings, usually severely depressed prices. Many fled the country. On April 7th, Hitler issued a decree to prohibit the Jews from holding civil service positions. Those who had been hired prior to August 1st, 1914, and the Jewish war veterans were the first accepted, but the expectation was concealed before long. So, bro, this I'm telling you, Trump moving the same way, bro. Trump might be the new motherfucking Hitler. Yet another decree solved legal problem defining a Jew. A Jew was anyone who had adhered to the Jewish religion or who had one Jewish grandparent. The Nazis accelerated their anti-Semitic campaign by passing a numbered law of citizenship and race on September 15, 1931. Laws revoked the Jews' citizenship and the reach of Jews could not vote or marry Aryans or employ in domestic service female subjects of the Jews and the kindred blood who are under age 45. Jews found themselves excluded from schools, libraries, theaters, and public transportation facilities. Passports were stamped the word Jew. Name changes were disallowed, but Jewish men had to add the middle name Israel. Jewish woman, same name Sarah. Jewish wills that offended the sound judgment of people could only legally be voided, and strict represent decrees only to 30%. Let's see that. Then came the Jews' greatest disaster since Hitler took power on the night of November 7, 1938. A Jewish refugee parish named Heshu, some shit agreed by the Nazis, maltreatment of his parents, entered the German embassy and shot Ernest von Raff, a minor German diplomat. Raff died 2 days later. His demise coinciding with the nationwide party celebration. Orders went out from party headquarters instructing local leaders to mount violent demonstrations against the Jews and the Jewish. Oh, so that's what happened. They ain't say that no motherfucking Jewish motherfucker went and killed no little German kid. See, that's what I'm saying. We gotta read this shit, bro. So one of the motherfuckers went and killed a little German kid, right? Orders went out from the party headquarters instructing local leaders to mount to violence, demonstrations against the Jews and Jewish businesses. Using a mass communication facilities at his disposal, Joseph Goebbels extorted Germans to express their rich. Where would I go to express their? Where I go? There I go. There I go. Their righteous. Their righteous. I think that was righteous. Where I go. Where I go. Where I go. Their righteous indignation over the murder of his name was Raff by the Jewish Grizzapin, whatever the fuck that means. Throughout the Reach, mobs of Nazis smashed in windows of synagogues and stores owned by Jews, leaving the streets and sidewalks littered with glass. Shred, all they gave the night was a poetic name, Krishtilak. I guess that's a Jewish name, Krishtilak or something, or Crystal. Night, nearly 100 Jews were killed and thousands more were beaten up and tormented. Not to be outdone by Goebbels, Himmler, and Heydrich ordered the SS to arrest 20,000 Jews, preferably wealthy ones. Thousands throughout, they weren't playing about little dude on God. Thousands of Jews arrested in Kishelak, Natch, whatever the fuck that is, had a bitter foretaste of things to come. They were herded onto trains and Dutch onto the Dutch other concentration camps. To the Dutch into other concentration camps. I'm trying to read that shit too fast. Once in the camps, the prisoners were left for long periods without food or water. Sanitation was non-existent. Men were ordered to entertain their guards with humiliating acts. They had them niggas dancing and doing all type of stupid shit. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, we gotta read this shit, bro. They ain't even I ain't never knew they. So that's how that shit happened. This how it started. One of you sons of bitches, unalive, little Jewish boy, little German boy, and they got to beating their ass and taking over their businesses and shit. I feel them. Same shit we did. In the aftermath, the Nazis, what they did, the Nazis signed anti-Jewish policies, yet Jews were to be rooted out of the economy totally, segregated, and forced immigrated. Damn. And Hitler made his strongest public statement to that date on the subject of annihilating the Jews. In his speech, he declared, during a struggle of power, the Jews laughed at my prophecies that I would someday assume the leadership of the state. I suppose that the laughter of the Jewry is now choking in their throats. Today I will be the prophet again. If hey, dog was a fool. Hey, if international finance jury should succeed once more in plunging the peoples into the world war, then the consequences will not be a Baltazation, but of the world. Look what he said. See, he knew them. Look, bro, I'm telling you, people they always had the money. But where did they get the money? The motherfuckers always had banks and shit, bro. Where they get the money from? For still another, where we go? There was no clear sign as to yet that he meant what he said literally. For still another year and a half, the Nazi government made repeated attempts to deport German and foreign Jews. But the other countries, underestimating the desperate plight of the Jews, took no emergency measures. I ain't taking that either, man. That motherfucker knew. Hitler knew, dog. No, we just got to find that part where he said America has. Hold on. The Ukrainian militants dumped the chloride of lime used cause rapid decomposition of corpse. Nope, we got to find the shit where he talk about America having God's Jews. Rows after rows of Jews went to their death. The air sounded with the cries of children that tortured the until finally at 5 p.m., 9 hours after the slaughter had begun, the square laid. Damn, I didn't know that. Damn, that nigga Hitler wasn't playing. That nigga killed. They said he killed 24,000 motherfuckers in one day. Then a week later, well, what they say? The killing continued by Baba Yar 2 weeks later, and there was 33,771 people actually to count went to their doom. But open air killings were not an entirely satisfactory method of extermination to the SS commanders, for there too many people were privately executed. Bro, this nigga was killing. Look at that. 45,000 Jews in the same 8 month period that saw only 19,000 Jews evicted from Germany. In 18 months, he reduced Austria's Jewish population by about one half to 150,000 people. What is more shows? Boy, Jew, that boy wasn't playing, boy. Fuck y'all talking about. You try to get rid of their ass for real. I don't blame them. Fuck them. They whole bloodline ain't shit. Get rid of their ass. I don't know why nobody tried to stop him. They should have let him do what he was doing. Now look, fuckers run the world. I was not playing. Oh God, the night that made the violence routine. I was not playing with these motherfuckers, boy. That's why they don't want to hear about Hitler. They hate to hear Hitler name. That's all you gotta mention. Oh God, some crime, some love. There's some camps right there, y'all talking about. Final train Trump trip to Poland. The camps right there. Barbed wire and shit. They had that shit back then. Whole fence was barbed wire. You didn't have no fence. The fucking fence was barbed wire. Damn, look how they had. Now this how they try to say they had us on them ships, y'all. Remember how they tried to say they had motherfuckers on ships piled up like they was lying, man. That's how the motherfuckers had them Jews. Damn, look what they was doing to them. Hey, I'm fucking around. You know this shit, boy. Yeah, them niggas working. Nah, them niggas working, boy. Oh, I ain't even see this. Damn. Let me see this shit. You can't even see that. My bad.